We woke up to the news today that one of the most wanted fugitives in the world had been captured. A man accused of orchestrating the slaughter of some 8,000 innocent people, finally under arrest tonight and facing a war crimes trial. NBC News veteran foreign correspondent Martin Fletcher spent years covering this story, and tonight he has more on the capture of Ratko Mladic.
Ratko Mladic, called Europe's biggest killer since Adolf Hitler, a fugitive for 16 years. Today, in a black cap, looking frail, finally under arrest. It's all over for the 69-year-old former leader of the Bosnian Serb army. 1995 in eastern Bosnia, Serbs are fighting Muslims. Don't worry, Mladic tells this boy, we'll look after you. A lie. Within hours, the Srebrenica massacre began. Around 8,000 Muslims murdered. At the same time, Mladic led the 4-year siege of Sarajevo, the longest siege in modern history. 10,000 died from Serb shells and snipers. The International Court of Justice indicted Mladic for genocide and crimes against humanity, but couldn't find him. At first, he hid in plain sight, attending weddings, soccer matches, visiting restaurants, and then a $20 million bounty on his head. He disappeared until today.
Today we arrested Ratko Mladic. Extradition process is underway.
At dawn, Serb SWAT teams moved in on a village house 2 hours from the capital. Inside, Ratko Mladic with 2 pistols, but he gave up without a fight.
It's a good day for international justice. As spokesman of the State Department, I used to say that Mladic's day will come. That was a decade ago. His day has finally come.
What a relief for the families of his victims. In Srebrenica today, he's a monster, she says, a criminal. Security sources in Serbia tell NBC News that for years Mladic was protected by elements of Serbia's secret services and the army, but no more. Serb officials say in about a week, Ratko Mladic will be turned over to the International Court of Justice in The Hague in Holland. There, he'll finally be put on trial where he faces life in prison, Brian.
So many times we catch these guys finally to find they're living in non-extraordinary circumstances, almost pathetic given who they used to be. Why was he so hard to pin down?
Well, you know, he was the official sources in the Serbia that I've just been speaking to say that he was looked after, protected by elements within the secret services, within the elements within the army for years. That then petered away over time, and in the last couple of years he was looked after by about a dozen friends of his family, people loyal to him from the army. In the end, he ended up in a small house, 1 story, in this distant village, looking after himself. Finally, as we said in the story, surrendered without a fight. Sick man, feeble. He's suffering.
A bad guy in plain sight in a small village sounds familiar, like something we just went through. Martin Fletcher, thanks. Good to see you, as always.